Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to another session of Python tutorial from All About ECE. In this session, we are going to discuss about the for loop. In this one, in previous lecture, we have been seeing about loops. In loop, we have been discussed the while loop. While loop is and the for loop is both are loops, but the syntax of these things a little bit varies. But we need to have such a thing, right? How to these loops are executed? When you are talking about the while loop, we have the condition followed by the increment and a decrement. But in for loop, there is no need of increment and decrement. The for loop itself do the increment and decrement operator. So let's have this one. So let's I'm defining a tuple. You can take tuple, set, list, or anything. Let's I'm taking a list which is having a variables 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to access these elements. So far, sorry. So far, I'll going to do in different ways. Let's have this. So for this, you can use a range function. You can define a range of that one, or else I'll simply use this one. So for I in x, it means I will take the values instead of taking the values indices. It will take the values directly. So when you want to print I value, so you will when I execute this command, then I'm end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct, right? So when you want to access the each element in the whether it is a tuple, whether it is a list or anything, when you want to access the elements, you can go in such a way that it is not required for the increment or decrement operation in the for loop. The for loop itself automatically increment and decrement according to the condition what you have been specified. In such a case, it is going to be executed according to the whatever the value you want. That value you are end up with the result on the cell. Okay. And another thing I have going to discuss is okay. So whether you will have to take the all the variables as integers, it is doesn't matter. Okay. Let's have I'm taking different Rohit. After that, I will take some XYZ random number. After that, I'll take 35. After that, I'll take the set of commands. Okay. Whether I need to specify each and everything? No, right? So when I run this one, I'm going to get okay. I have invalid syntax where okay. Wait, I'll end up with a syntax error, right? Okay, let's debug this one. So you can here write all the values. So instead of specifying all these things, I can put a list here itself. Correct, right? Okay, let's have this one. And I'll copy this one instead of X. I'll paste over here. I need to print then. So I'll remove this one. And I'm for I in this one, what is my values, right? So when I run this one, I'm going to get the output as same thing, right? So instead of specifying the list and defining that one, and then you can directly write this one, right? Okay. So I want to print a specific element, right? Correct, right? So for this case, I will use if loop. If I equal to AF, if my I equal to AF, double quotes, then okay, sorry, indentation. Then print. I would like to print as awesome. Okay. If my whatever the thing I have there in my loop, whether if it is there, I want to print something. Else, I want to print another thing. Okay. I want to print nothing. I want to print nothing. I would like to print nothing. So whether I will going to get this one and irrespective of that, I want to print the I value. Okay. Let's run this one. I'll going to get like this one. So in first case, 1 is not equal to AF, so it will print nothing. In second case, Rohit not equal to AF, it is printing. In first case, this is first, this is executed, and then irrespective of this one, it is printed. In second case, it is first, though irrespective of one is printed. In first case, iteration one. Second, nothing, and Rohit is going to be printed. What is this second element? Next, what is if AF is equals to AF? AF is equals to AF. Awesome. And what is the I value? AF. It is printed. Okay, let's comment this one, and I'll run this one. Okay. Okay, see this thing. First case, nothing. Second case, nothing. Third case is awesome. Then nothing, nothing. Correct, right? I'm inside the for loop itself. I'm writing a condition in such a way that it has to execute the condition which I have been defined, whether it is satisfied or not. I'm searching the element. What if AF, the I element is equal to AF, then I am printing something. If it is not, then I am printing another thing, right? So that is the most efficient use of for loop within the set of 4 lines of code, right? So I hope this you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment box, and if you are not subscribed till now our channel, please subscribe and hit the big fat bell icon that makes me to motivate to do more tutorials like this. Thank you for watching.